What's up, brothers? Hope everybody's doing well out there. And I hope you're enjoying your weekend with Ferraris, big screen TVs, and beer. Anyways, in today's video, I want to talk about what is most likely the worst quality, the weakest quality that a man can have. And on the other side, the strongest quality that a man can have. And when you work one out, you work the other out. So we're going to simplify it and get to the bottom of it. Now, what I'm talking about is being a man who is needy versus being a man who is needed. You know, if you need a woman, you are a net loss to women. You need them. That means they have to give something, provide something in order for you to be happy. So you need them. Therefore, you're a weak man and they're not going to want a relationship with you. But if they need you, obviously, it reverses things a bit, right? And same thing with society. If you need society, you're a net loss to society. You're a weak link. If society needs you, you're a strong link. You're a net win for society. You understand? Now, we mostly talk about dating and relationships on this channel, so we're going to spend most of this video going down that path. So I'm going to give you a few examples. And we'll start out with asking a woman out. Now, there was some confusion in my last video about what the message was all about, so we'll drive it home a bit further right here. Let's say you've got a woman that you want to take out. You want to get to know. You'd like to make her your girlfriend. So you approach her and you say, "I'd like to take you out on a date." Well, you're coming from a position of neediness. "I want to take you to Los Cabos." What I mean by this is, she can go to Los Cabos with or without you. But in order for you to take her to Los Cabos, you need her. So she doesn't need you, you need her to accomplish this task. So when you frame it that way, she has to give up her time. She has to give something up and provide something in order for you to get what you want. So it's needy. By definition, it's needy. You need her and she doesn't need you. Now let's reframe this. Let's say you approach her and you say, "Well, I know you're busy on Saturday because you're getting plowed out by Chad or Tyrone, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be free on Sunday afternoon. And my cousin is having a barbecue. It's going to be fun. You should come along. I'll send you the details later." I'm just kidding, by the way. Don't be anybody's second priority. If she's getting banged out by Chad and Tyrone, let her go. She's for the streets. But the point is, when you frame it that way, you don't need her in order for you to go to your cousin's barbecue. She's not needed. If she says yes and she wants to go, then she can come. If she says no, it's not even a loss. You're still going to go to your cousin's barbecue. The only difference is you're going to bang your cousin's neighbor instead of her. So it's not a loss for you at all. You don't need her, but she needs you. If she wants to go to your cousin's barbecue, she needs you. Now that's one example. I mean, it's a stupid example and I'm doing that on purpose. You know, let's say you're going to a nice venue, or you know, you're doing something, you've got something big going on Saturday, right? You invite a woman along. Or even if it's something simple, you're sitting at home watching a movie. She says, "What are you doing?" You say, "I'm watching a movie." You want to join, right? You don't need her. You're just watching a movie, but she's free to join. You understand? The way you frame these things when you're communicating with a woman says a lot about who you are as a man. And women may not admit this. They may not even know this. But I've seen it too many times to argue against it. I just know it's true. Women want to be wanted. Men need to be needed. And that's the way sexual market value is framed. A woman's sexual market value is based off of how wanted she is. A man's sexual market value is based on how needed he is. So if you present yourself in a way and you carry yourself in a way that you are needed, and that's how you communicate with women, that's how they're going to receive it. They're going to understand it that way. You know, I have something going on. I'm doing something. Do you want to come join me? Versus, hey, I'd really like to see you. I'd really like to take you somewhere. Do you understand the difference? I know it goes over a lot of people's heads and they don't even think about these sort of things, but it matters. The way you carry yourself matters. The way you communicate matters. And it's true. You know, guys who are quote unquote alphas carry themselves a certain way and betas carry themselves a certain way. And this goes beyond dating and relationships, obviously. This holds true in the workforce and society, right? If you've educated yourself on heating and cooling and you save up some money and you decide to start up your own business, you pass flyers out all around town, and on those flyers it says, I fix heating and cooling for whatever price per hour. Well, people see these flyers, and when their air conditioner breaks down, they need you. They call you. You don't know, I mean, you kind of need them, but not really, because there's going to be such an abundance of customers. You don't need one specific customer, but one specific customer is going to need you. That's how you become needed in society. You get your master's degree, you get some work experience, you've got a beefy resume. Well, you put the resume on Indeed or whatever.
Subscribe to the channel.
LinkedIn. And employers that need your skill set and need your experience, they call you because they need you to work for them. Whereas if you're a guy that is needy, you walk into the warehouse, you walk into the factory, and don't get me wrong, every job needs to be filled. I understand that. And I'm not here to judge people if you're working a bad job. We all got to put bread on the table. But it's still true. If you're walking into a job and you're saying, hey, are you guys hiring? I need a job. Can I get an application? Well, you're needy. You're at their mercy. And again, that's not a bad thing. You don't want to be sitting at home with no job, being a total loser. But it's just something to think about on your self-improvement journey. Every behavior, or every move that you make, I should say, is it a move of neediness, or is it a move that is putting you in a position where you're needed? Are you a weak link or a strong link? No, it's true. There's a lot of talk about alpha males and beta males, and the reason why that talk is so popular is because every man sort of knows where he fits in. He knows where he fits in society, even at a young age. Alpha fucks and beta bucks. A lot of guys, well, maybe a small percentage of guys, I should say, have fallen into threesomes. You know, they've gotten blowjobs while they're rolling a joint with some type of grape wrap. You know, maybe they've gotten a blumpkin. Who knows? But things have just happened to them. So they know at a young age they're in the alpha fucks side of hypergamy. You know, that's just who they are. Some men, you know, they say, I'm going to focus on my career, my money. I'm going to focus on buying a home, you know, investments. And I'm just going to push it all off. And when I have it all together, then I'm going to start going after women. And that's cool. You know, I promote both of those, whatever path you want to take. But understand, when you do that, you're positioning yourself, if you don't be careful, to be in that beta bucks category. And by the way, there have been a lot of very successful men in that beta bucks category. Dan Bilzerian, Leo DiCaprio, Hugh Hefner, all in the beta bucks category. But guess what? Just like the alpha Chad that had the threesome and got the BJ, women need him because they need his genetics. But the beta bucks, you know, the Bilzerian, the Hugh Hefner, the Leo, women need them. They've positioned themselves for women to need them. Hugh Hefner, you know, he can call girls and say, I'm doing a photo shoot. I'm doing 20 photo shoots next month. I'm looking for centerfolds. Send me some pictures. Let me know if you're interested. You know, we'll try you out for the job. So here comes these young, hot, beautiful women that need Hugh Hefner in order for their careers to take off, stopping by the mansion, marrying him, because they need him. Yeah, he's a beta bucks, but he's a beta bucks who is needed. And I know that that's a sleazy example, but, you know, there's wholesome examples, there's sleazy examples, they're all over the place. But your success and your sexual market value and your market value in the economy is based on how needed you are. So think about yourself. Think about the moves that you've made. Are you needy or are you needed? When you ask a woman out, when you text a woman, you've just gotten a new girl's phone number. You've just matched with her on a dating app. Do you come from a position of neediness? Or do you come from a position of being needed? You want her. When you see that hot girl at the gym, you want her. All the guys want her. But she's going to get with the guy that she needs. So how do you carry yourself? You carry yourself like a needed man. Anyways, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you guys the origins of that Los Cabos story. And I don't know why it popped in my head last week when I was making a video. Long time ago, when I was in my early 20s, I was working a job. And one of my friends worked with me. It's big, stocky, defensive lineman looking guy. Big old jacked motherfucker. Bought a truck as soon as he started working there. It's like a $70,000 truck. He couldn't afford the payment. You know, he was just barely scratching by. But he had to have that truck. Anyways, this really hot Mexican girl starts working there. Really you know, that fucking hot girl at work. The really fucking hot one. Doesn't even look real. Anyways, we're looking at her. She's over there. We're like, let's go talk to her. And I could tell he had like a real big crush on her, you know. We walk over there, and I'm talking to her just like being normal, talking to a coworker. And 5 minutes into the conversation, he finally says something, and the first thing he says is, I would take you to Los Cabos. And I was just thinking, man, that was the weakest shit I have ever heard in my life. But it was funny, and it just never escapes my mind. It's always there. And he never had the opportunity to take her to Los Cabos. and dip her with the thick pen. Be a lot cooler if he did, though. Alright, guys. Guess we're going to go ahead and shut this one off. But I hope this video was somewhat informative. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. That's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time. See ya.